Hello, TriRealm here. Thank you so much for clicking on the video, and we're just gonna recap the latest dev stream, which is the Abyss of Dagath dev stream, which this update releases on October 18th, which is amazing, very soon. But before then, we've got some events coming in-game, which is quite cool. Now, every year during October, Warframe and DE tend to do the Quest to Conquer Cancer campaign, which this year follows suit. Also starts on October 2nd, which in-game there's going to be lots of rewards as normal for supporting and donating to the charity and support the cause. Every year they release a new armor set as well. So this year we get the leg piece, which will complete the Conquer set that we've been having, because we had the chest piece, we had the arms, and we've now got the legs piece. Also with this we've got new displays and floofs, and so displays for in-game, and I believe the floof is a physical merch piece as well. And with this we also get the new Conquer theme in-game, which actually looks really nice. It's a very pastel, vibrant pink. I know pastel and vibrant doesn't really make sense, but if you see the theme, you'll see sort of like pastels, but it's like really vibrant pink as well in there. And then on October 4th, we have Knights of Naburus returning. Now, I say October 4th because I believe I read somewhere it was October 4th, but I don't know. I really don't. So, October 4th. With this, I say with this, we won't actually get this with Knights of Naburus on October 4th. We'll get this on October 18th with Abyss of Dagath, which is the Naburus Lotus skin, which is the sort of blue vampiric Lotus skin where she's got blood dripping out of her mouth from an old Halloween event a few years ago. So that will be coming on October 18th. I've just categorized that under Knights of Naburus because it's called Naburus Lotus. So with Knights of Naburus, hopefully that starts on October 4th. We'll be getting new glyphs, some new Signdanas and Sentinel accessories. Hopefully they bring back the Necromech skins for the Void Rig and the color palette as well, as that color palette, I love the purple from it. So should be some new fun accessories that you can get from Daughter on Deimos, all for the low price of your time and mother tokens. So that will hopefully be fun. With, of course, the Abyss of Dagath now going on to the main update, we have Dagath, the 54th Warframe, who comes with a signature weapon, the Dorclave, which is a melee. However, Dagath, the abilities. Now, Warframe, it's fun with the names, right? How do you pronounce the names? Not a foggiest. So, first ability is Weird Scythes. Now, it's W-Y-R-D, so weird, yep. There are radial scythes that home onto enemies, so yep. Doom, which is Dagath's second ability, which places a curse onto enemies for a set duration, and that curse is called the Phantom Wrath Curse. Whilst that curse is active, Dagath's number 1 ability will deal more damage to those enemies that are cursed. With Dagath's third ability, this is known as your Survivability ability. If you die whilst it's active, you'll enter the spectral form for a set amount of time where you're still able to run around and kill and do whatever. However, once you finish in that spectral form, the ability then goes into cooldown. So it's sort of like a way to negate death, I believe. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Now, whilst this ability is active, crit damage is actually buffed, and it has into synergy with Doom, which, as you know, Doom then has synergy into Weird Scythes. So all the first 3 abilities all sort of play into each other, right? Which is quite cool. And then Dagath's 4th ability, known as Rakali's Cavalry, or Cavalry. Yep, there you go. Basically, you summon a charge of Caiths right in front of you. So I believe it's like 4 to 6 Caiths that just spawn in front of you, and they charge ahead, and they just basically stampede, right? With this as well, there'll be a new game mode introduced. So all core 6 factions, so Nuloka, Steel Meridian, those factions that you access from the console in the set in your ship, they will contain a new item in their reward shop called Abyssal Beacons. Now these Abyssal Beacons will unlock an extra node on the star chart, which is going to be an exterminate mission, but with a twist. We don't know what the twist is yet, we just know there's a twist. And it takes you onto a haunted ship, where you're looking for treasure maps, supposedly, and you gather a new resource called Veined Thorns, which are used for crafting Dagath, and I would assume her weapons and stuff like that. Now, with these keys, you are able to key share if you remember the old Void keys. So, if you're in a squad of 4, only one of you needs to get the key, and you can drag the whole squad into this mission. So, there you go. Less expensive to hopefully get enough parts and resources to be able to build the Warframe quicker. And yeah, just makes it a bit more accessible, which is quite nice. Now with this, there is a new Dojo room being introduced called Dagath's Hollow, which once you build it, it basically looks like a crypt where you can see Dagath's Caith, and there's an altar where you can access Dagath's parts for just the Warframe itself and the weapons, which there are no research times needed. Once you build the Hollow and the Hollow's done, you can just go in and immediately buy, go to your foundry, build. Done, dusted. Nice. That's what we like. Also releasing on October 18th is Cross-Save Clans. Now, they mentioned in the dev stream that this is going to be an opt-in feature, so make sure to opt in if you want your clan to be cross-save. Basically means that no matter the platform that the clan was originally made on, for instance, my clan, PC, if I opt into it, I can have PS players, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, all join into the clan, and it all worked perfectly fine. And with this, they said that that's laying the foundation work for the rest of cross-save to come with. They did mention that there's no cross-socials and no cross-trading yet, though they did mention it, and they said that they've got ideas and they need to lay it all out. So it's not guaranteed that trading is going to happen, but they do have a plan. And as for no cross socials, so it basically just means your friends list isn't going to work, but at least you can have players from all of the platforms into your clan. With this as well, when you advertise your clan, it will now advertise onto all platforms as well. So that is a lovely change coming to there. With this update as well, we are getting a part 1 out of a 2-part update for companions. So companions will no longer permanently die. They will get incapacitated, and after a set time, they will then be brought back. With this as well, there are some new companion mods being introduced, and they are reworking current companion mods as well. So there will be some tweaks to hopefully make them more survivable, less squish, and also just get rid of the permanent death, which is quite nice. However, the second part of the update will tweak companions' abilities, so the companion-specific mods, and they specifically call out Smeeta, which implies that they could be changing charm, which admittedly I'm not a fan of. Yes, I do use a Smeeta in near on every single mission. Do I get the resource doubling boost often? No, because that's just how RNG works in Warframe. Like, yeah, just because it's there doesn't mean it's going to be on your side. So yeah, that's companion reworks there. That's not only for just pets, that is for robotics as well. So that's something to look forward to. So Hydroid's getting reworked to make him more usable, thankfully, which is going to be quite nice because he has great potential. It's just I think he just got left behind. So in this, he gets a new passive, which, not gonna lie, I didn't write down what the passive was. Whoops, sorry. All of his abilities that dealt impact status has now been changed to corrosive, and they've removed the charge on his 4th ability. I believe his 4th was the only one that required a hold to charge. Tempest Barrage now deals corrosive and staggers enemies. Tidal Surge as well can now be steered and also removes negative status effects that are currently placed upon Hydroid. Plunder is the new move that replaces Undertow, which applies corrosive, strips armor, and buffs Hydroid's armor and weapon damage. So hopefully Hydroid will be a bit more versatile now as well. I know his his ult with the tentacles, I know that no longer sways enemies around either. It no longer like flails them about, it just holds them still vertically. So that's quite nice, easier to kill the bad guys now, so that might be quite nice. So yeah. Next, moving into the new player experience. Basically, just quality of life stuff. So they've removed flawed mods entirely. Say goodbye to them all. They said that the only one that they're keeping is the flawed ammo mod, which was an April Fool's one. So yep, all the other flawed mods are being removed and they're automatically being converted into the full variants. They've also moved the Mark 1 weapons only to the market, so you can purchase them for credits as normal, but they've completely removed them from the Vor's prize quest. So instead of getting the option between the Mark 1 Bratton and the Mark 1 Paris as your primaries, you will now just get the Bratton and the Paris as your primaries. So that affinity is still going to be there. With this as well, all Warframes are now getting a built-in 30-meter enemy radar without mods, which is quite nice, especially for new players whilst they're learning the game. And it stacks with like enemy sense and other mods like that. So with enemy sense, you could go up to 60 meters, for instance. Just so yeah, all works quite nicely. They've also improved and made tweaks to the Wave Rider, Vox Solaris, and Natar quest. So for instance, with Wave Rider, they've made it so instead of like 35 objectives, you've got 25. There's way less like do this certain type of tricks and stuff like that. And with the Vox Solaris quest, I don't know about any other players, but some new players and myself, even though I wasn't new, I wasn't really well modded at the time. When I went to do the Vox Solaris quest, when that was brand new, I just got absolutely owned in that quest. To get to the end bit where you've got to defend that little terminal, and just kept getting obliterated in it. So I'm glad that they've made that bit a bit easier. And when it comes to the Natar quest as well, they've made it so that when you see the sentients that spawn in, it automatically triggers the quest instead of having to bring out a codec scanner and scan it. So that's quite nice. They've also tweaked Cetus Wisps in the plains of Eidolon, so they no longer fly away once you're near them. They'll just stay there for you. And there's now a pity system with Lloyd for mechs, for the Necromechs. So instead of it being reliant on RNG, if you've done enough of the isolation vaults, you can now spend your... I forget what they're called. I'll put one up on screen. The fun things, yeah. So you can spend those little tokens on the broken parts if you feel like RNG hasn't been on your side. So, pity system, yay. Next up, shield gating. They've made changes to shield gating, so now if you have more shields, it increases, like if you have a higher shield capacity, you now get more invulnerability. Once your shield's fully depleted, you get a higher shield gate duration. Also with this, instead of shields reducing 25% of damage, they now have been buffed to 50% of damage as well. So that is also quite cool. So there are more changes to that as well. I probably will link like all the forums and everything down in the description, just so that you can view everything correctly. Next up is the Grendel Prime Access, which is also coming October 18th. He comes with a Xyloc Prime and a Massatir Prime, which is amazing. And he also comes with a Prime Saindana called the Sumba Prime, and a Prime Ephemera, which is the only Prime. And if I think I recall correctly, I believe that is the first Prime Ephemera. So yeah, that's quite cool. Overall, I believe that's my summary, I am most excited, honestly, about the cross-save clans. It's a step towards cross-save and laying the huge foundation. So, honestly, I'm quite excited about that the most. Not gonna lie. Let me know in the comments below what you're most excited about coming in the near future, October 18th, Knights of Naburus, you know. Let me know what you guys think, and thank you so much for watching the video and listening to me quickly summarize in bullet point form the latest dev stream. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys liked the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Support the channel. More videos coming soon. Bye.